This is Betsy Jensen, and you are listening to Unstoppable Body and Mind, episode 121, Tree Meditation for Calming Anxiety.
In this podcast, we learn to upgrade our brain and understand the power of our thoughts, to heal and to create the results we want in our life. Become the person in control of your healing and make peace with your life. Become unstoppable, body and mind.
Hello, my loves. I'm excited about this episode. This is a meditation that I do with a lot of my clients. I got this premise from Deb Dana's book, Anchored, where she talks a lot about the nervous system states and anchoring into the calm, the ventral, or the rest and repair state. When you're not in this calm, rest and repair state, it's because of fear. You're in one of the survival states, and your nervous system goes into fight or flight, or freeze or fawn, these adaptive ways to try to keep you safe. Anxiety is in the state of flight. So fight, we know, is like we're going to defend ourselves. We're going to fight that predator. If our nervous system determines the threat is too great to fight, then we may run away, flight. In modern society, we aren't often running away from tigers, but flight can show up as this anxious, worried, trying to always solve problems, trying to always be perfect, fix things, do things, not rest, high guard, high alert, worry. And the kind of thoughts like, if I could just get everything done, if I could just do more, if I could do it more perfectly, then I would feel better. If I could think of all the problems in advance that could possibly happen and solve for all of them, then I would feel better. But what ends up happening is our brain gets used to this habit of anxiety. So instead of finding a problem, fixing it, and feel better, our brain becomes on high alert, constantly scanning for more and more problems, even creating them in our mind to solve. When you're constantly thinking about the past and the future and trying to solve problems that aren't even there, you're not able to be in the present moment. You're not able to connect with people or learn from them or play or relax with them. And you will even start to see the world as dangerous and what kind of problems might be there, rather than viewing the world as a safe place for you to be. Anxiety could show up like worrying about the next day, not being able to sleep, intrusive or racing thoughts, overthinking, constantly worrying that something bad will happen, feeling like you're not doing enough, feeling like you can't take rests or breaks, feeling like you're always behind and you can never catch up. You might even start to feel anxious or restless when things are boring and you're not working or you're not solving problems. Maybe you're obsessively checking things like emails or messages. Or many people that I work with that have body conditions, chronic pain and disease, have developed health anxiety, where you're constantly scanning, checking in with your body, noticing and focusing on any discomforts or pains. And over time, what we know happens with this is that the brain actually starts amplifying the signals that we're getting, distorting them. So they could be normal signals from the body, but because of this state of high alert and anxiety, the brain is misinterpreting them as dangerous and producing more pain and symptoms. Sometimes when I work with people and their chronic pain starts to go away, they start to feel more anxious in general. They don't even know why, but this is something I commonly see as a symptom imperative or an extinction burst, a new symptom that can come up or get exacerbated when other symptoms are going away. You may have physical symptoms of anxiety like tight, icky muscles, tightness in your throat, racing heart, shortness of breath, sweating, or digestive problems. Until I started this work, I really didn't realize how much anxiety I had. I thought it was pretty normal to be really hard on myself, to expect more out of myself than anyone else, to always push myself to do more and be better. And really what was happening is inside my body, I was producing cortisol, adrenaline. I was feeling like I was being chased by a tiger all the time. And the tiger was just my own thoughts. When your nervous system is dysregulated and you're in an anxious state, you can't just talk yourself out of it. If you could think your way out of it, you would. But often we need to involve the body. We can actually use somatic techniques to relay the message to the brain that we're safe. Anxiety feels uncomfortable and prompts us to move. It urges us to take action. It feels better to think about solving the problem or doing something to solve a problem. But again, this just reinforces the habit of anxiety that the brain gets into. The secret to calming anxiety and teaching the brain to produce it less and less is actually going into the sensations. And that's what we'll do in this meditation. You want to turn towards the sensations, tolerate them, go into them, which will help them to pass rather than reinforcing to the brain that these thoughts and actions are important. So if you find that you're struggling with anxiety in your life, check out this meditation. All right, so get comfortable in a seated or laying position where you can relax into the surface that you're on. As you're sitting here, notice if you can relax any of the muscles that have been tense and guarded holding you up, sinking into the surface and starting to notice your breath. As you're noticing the pattern of your breath, you can practice exhaling a little bit longer. So take a normal breath in through your mouth or your nose and exhale through your mouth with your lips lightly pursed, like you're blowing through a straw. Slowing down the exhale slows down the heart rate and gets our body into the parasympathetic calm state. So take a few easy breaths in and long exhales out. And check in with your body. Think of a time that has made you anxious. Maybe you have a topic that's on your mind. Maybe you think of something that has caused anxiety lately. See if you can recreate the feeling of anxiety in your body and notice what it feels like. Oftentimes, people have an energy in their chest. It's like a wild, frenetic energy, the racing heart, shortness of breath, maybe pressure or tightness. Notice for you how you're feeling in your chest. And you can imagine this part of your body like the branches and leaves of a tree. This tree is blowing in the wind. The leaves are quaking. The branches may even be moving and blowing. It almost looks dangerous or scary, but as you watch, you're seeing this movement and noticing how it feels. Then you can imagine going lower into your body. Notice your trunk and hips and legs. Notice any secure feelings you may have there, any relaxation you may feel. Imagine the trunk of a tree that is strong and solid, and the roots are grounded and go deep. As you back up and see this whole tree in the wind, even though there's a lot of movement in the branches and leaves, the trunk and the roots are steady and strong. In fact, we know that a tree actually grows stronger in these kind of conditions. When it's not challenged by the wind, the root system doesn't have the opportunity to go down deeper and grow and become steady. So as you look at the whole tree and you see that although there is this movement, there is all of this chaos, the whole tree itself is very safe and very secure. Notice those parts in your body that may feel relaxed or safe. See if you can take your breath all of the way deeply into your stomach. As you breathe in, your stomach may even expand like a balloon. Take these deep belly breaths, expanding the stomach, relaxing the inner organs. And exhale, contracting the stomach muscles. And then as you focus back on the chest and the rustling of the leaves and the branches, you can observe it like an observer with curiosity or fascination, but with less fear. Focus back down on the trunk, the roots, the stability of the tree, knowing that you're supported and grounded, that you are learning tools where you can help yourself and you can ask for help from others and receive. Think of the support and stability and growth that you've had in your life and the new learning and tools that are helping you. As you focus back on the chest, maybe you imagine the wind dying down. Maybe it's just a small, light breeze, and maybe even the leaves and the branches stop shaking. But if they don't, it's okay. You know that you can just be this observer. You can let those turbulent feelings be there, and you can focus back on places that feel more secure. You can use this mental image of the tree next time that you feel this fluttering of anxiety in your chest, the rapid heartbeat, the shortness of breath, the tightness. That's your cue to go in, to get curious, and just notice the sensations as they soften and pass. Doing this consistently rewires the brain to unlearn the habit of anxiety. Check in with your body now and notice how it feels. And you can blink your eyes open. Thanks, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this meditation. Take care. Have a good week. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned a little bit about your brain today that helps you in your life like it helped me. Please be sure and subscribe and leave a review. And of course, be sure and share this podcast with someone you know that wants an unstoppable body and mind.